is a notification service built using an event-driven architecture with AWS SNS and SQS. The goal is to demonstrate asynchronous communication, service decoupling, and a reliable message processing using containerized microservices. The system consists of three main components: publisher service, consumer service, and local stack. Publisher service exposes a REST API and publishes events to an SNS topic. Consumer service continuously polls an SQS queue and processes events. Local stack simulates AWS SNS and SQS locally. The publisher never waits for the consumer, ensuring full asynchronous event processing. Now we start the applications. Okay, now we build the Docker freshly. This command starts local stack, the publisher and the consumer using Docker Compose on startup. Local stack automatically creates the SNS topic, SQS queue and subscription. Now we can see that those. Yeah, here you can see creating SNS topic and you can see creating SQS queue, and here you can see the subscription. Subscribing SQS queue to SNS topic. This on startup, local stack automatically creates the SNS topic, SQS queue and subscription. As now we have saw all those things. Now we check the API endpoints. This endpoint confirms the publisher service is running. It returns a simple status response and is also used for Docker health checks. Now we check publish event endpoint. Yeah, here you can see the success message event published successfully. This endpoint accepts an event payload, validates it, and publishes the event to SNS on success. It returns to not to accepted, confirming asynchronous processing. And now we check invalid payload API endpoint. Yeah, here you can see invalid request payload. Details event type field required. If required fields are missing, the API returns 400 bad request with a descriptive error message as we saw in the screen. Now we get the consumer processing and logs by entering Docker Compose logs consumer. Here you can see processing event welcome email for test@example.com with the data. Username John Doe. The consumer continuously polls the SQS queue. When a message is received, it logs the event type received in data and deletes the message only after successful processing, preventing duplicates. And now we check automated tests. These tests validate input handling and SNS publishing logic. These tests verify message processing, logging, and deletion behavior. And the last one, end-to-end integration test. This test validates the complete flow from API request to consumer processing. Okay. Okay, sorry, I have written the file name wrong. Yeah, I have rewritten it. A small typo mistake. Yeah, here you can see one passed. This test validates the complete flow from API request to consumer processing. And here we have got some warnings, right? Yeah, you may notice a Python 3.9 deprecation warning from Boto 3. This does not affect functionality and can be resolved by upgrading to Python 3.10 plus. It does not impact evolution. Okay, event driven architecture using SNS and SQS. And this project says about the event driven architecture using SNS and SQS, fully decoupled containerized services, proper error handling, logging, and message deletion, and unit and end to end testing. Thank you for reviewing my project.